Hello sports enthusiasts, how are we doing? And welcome to the second upload on my YouTube channel. Now, this week you are going to be focusing on all about who are the top 5 most engaged crossover athletes across the YouTube boxing scene, the influencer boxing scene, whatever you want to call it. Now, ultimately, I'm going to be focusing on their Instagram engagement. And why am I focusing on an Instagram? Well, typically speaking, Instagram from a marketing perspective has proven to be very fundamental with regards to building a personal brand due to its visual nature, with regards to the imagery, visual production and illustration and the features that are available on the platform. Plus, when it comes to event building, a lot of athletes focus on their Instagram strategy to help with relation to understanding, driving entertainment-led based content. And with regards to across the digital space, there's always this ongoing debate about what matters more, followers or engagement. Now, ultimately, they're both very important. Followers are very important for, again, gaining more awareness, whereas engagement is very important for interacting with your online community. Now, this will focus on the top, like I said, the top 5 most engaged crossover athletes with regards to Instagram engagement. So let's get into it. So at number 5, we have none other than Tommy Fury. On Tommy's Instagram page, he has over 870 media uploads, 5.1 million followers, and 725 accounts in which he's following. And his engagement rate is 12.01 with 612k likes and 3.5k comments per post. Now, Fury's content schedule is essentially updated once every few days on a rough perspective. And with his content, the biggest learning curve in relation to building his personal brand is ultimately focusing on his personal life updates with regards to pictures with his girlfriend, sort of trying to show a lot more than just what meets the eye with regards to his boxing career. And naturally, this can make individuals a lot more invested into your brand in terms of building that audience when you're sharing life updates and creating a community that really care about your journey. And ultimately, if you're an upcoming athlete or marketeer who has an array of clients, suggesting content like this can be very beneficial. Now at number 4, we have Landon McBroom. Now, Landon McBroom is the brother of Austin McBroom, and he tends to regularly upload family updates and general modeling pics which promote the lavish lifestyle that the YouTuber is essentially living. His statistics consist of 23 media uploads, 1 million followers, 34 accounts that he follows alongside a 12.31 engagement rate, and 121,000 likes per post alongside 2.7k comments per post, roughly. And interestingly, there doesn't seem to be a clear strategy around McBroom's upload schedule, considering that he's very inconsistent with uploads. And for this reason, and surprisingly, there doesn't seem to need to be, considering that he's placed number 4 within the crossover athlete scene in terms of engagement rates on Instagram. But something to take away from this is essentially focusing on quality over quantity. When you've established your personal brand and once you've built a significantly engaged audience, focus on that element of quality over quantity, considering that continuous uploads sort of every day across the Instagram feed does not get on well with the algorithms that sit inside the Instagram grid. So quality over quantity. We're now in the top 3, and at number 3 we have Faith Ordway. Faith Ordway made her boxing debut against none other than Elle Brooke in January earlier this year. And unfortunately, the fight did not go her way. However, this doesn't seem to have phased her Instagram content engagement. And typically speaking, the content that she promotes on Instagram typically focuses on fight promotion, herself trying out new experiences, alongside workout clips and modeling styled photos of herself attending worldwide recognized events. And Ordway possesses a total of 96 media uploads, 1 million followers. She follows 846 accounts and has a 12.35 engagement rate, alongside experiencing around about 132,000 likes per post and 376 comments per post, which are very impressive figures. And with Faith's content, essentially the key lesson to learn here is to repurpose. Typically speaking, she tends to re-upload her to re-upload TikToks on as reels. And then ultimately what this helps is, as an athlete, with when you've got so much going on with regards to training, nutrition, etc., you want to find the most engaging but efficient ways of essentially keeping your audience updated. And again, by repurposing content like that, again, such as cutting out YouTube videos and formulating them into YouTube shorts, that can be repurposed onto different platforms as well, with different messaging to essentially craft your audience engagement too. So that is a lesson to learn from Faith Ordway's engagement rate strategy. Now, in at number 2, we have none other than King Kenny. Now, Kenny's content on Instagram typically involves fight announcements, fight clips, shouting out other pages through sponsorship opportunities, alongside nostalgic themed content in the form of body transformations, former throwback pictures, and more along those themes. The Beta Squad member has a total of over 68 media uploads, 393,000 followers, 420 accounts that he follows, alongside a 14.34 engagement rate, 55,000 likes per post, and roughly 486 comments per post. And it's clear that Kenny has become one of the personalities in the crossover athlete space who's become super invested in the crossover boxing world. And for this reason, he tends to only upload roughly around the times on which his fight promotions are taking place. And a lesson to learn from Kenny on this regard is to build a like-minded network, such as what he has with the Beta Squad, a group of friends who essentially get up to loads of crazy stuff, which results in viral content being expanded onto different platforms. And essentially, this is allowing you to cross over your audiences into casual attention and also become a more grown personality in the digital space. So at the number 1 spot, we have none other than AnEsonGib. Now, Gib claims the number 1 spot in the crossover boxing community, and it's pretty obvious as to why. So his content orientates around fight content such as announcements, highlights, workout pictures and clips. And typically speaking, Gib has approximately 109 media uploads, 956,000 followers, alongside 129 accounts that he follows on his account, alongside a 16.98 engagement rate with 161,000 likes per post, alongside 1k comments per post. These are very impressive figures for somebody who is, and that's not necessarily, again, like very consistent with their upload schedule. And it's fair to say that he's undergone the biggest transformation in the crossover boxing community. For example, in the build-up towards his fight with Landon McBroom, there was essentially a time where he mentioned he couldn't do a full push-up until he was 21 years of age. And it's moments like this that get your audience engaged with you in terms of, when you open up to, personal life experiences, that they tend to be a lot more engaged in the personality that you express on social media. And again, this is a major reason why he's one of the most engaged personalities in the space. And it also comes down to his creative flair around his announcements. And one prime example was his announcement for entering the Kingpin tournament. And this essentially, again, demonstrates the more creative you are with your flair around content, the more likely your community are going to take your engagement seriously with regards to simply just rewatching content over and over again. So for that reason, that is the top 5 list now with regards to the most engaged personalities on Instagram throughout the crossover athlete space. And let me know, were you surprised by any of the results here, or were they essentially as you expected? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments.